If you're seeing the Check Fuel Fill Inlet message on your Ford dashboard, you're dealing with one of the most common warning lights on Ford vehicles. This message appears on both older Fords with traditional gas caps and newer models with the Capless Easy Fuel system. The good news is that in most cases, you can fix this problem yourself without spending money at the dealership. Let's start with what this warning actually means. The Check Fuel Fill Inlet message tells you that your Ford's evaporative emission system has detected a fuel vapor leak coming from the fuel fill inlet area. The EVAP sensor picks up this leak and triggers the warning on your dashboard. The causes are different depending on which fuel system your Ford has. If you have an older Ford with a traditional gas cap, the most common cause is a loose, missing, or damaged gas cap. Sometimes you might not have tightened the cap enough after filling up. Other times, the rubber gasket inside the cap gets cracked or dried out, and it can't seal properly anymore. For newer Fords with the Capless Easy Fuel system, there's a spring-loaded door inside the fuel filler neck with a rubber seal around it. Over time, this seal gets dirty, dries out, or debris gets stuck on it. When that happens, the door doesn't close all the way. Air sneaks into the system, and you get the Check Fuel Fill Inlet warning. Let's talk about how to fix this issue. If you have an older Ford with a gas cap, start by checking the cap itself. Remove it and look at the rubber gasket on the underside. If you see any cracks or tears, that's your problem. Try tightening the cap properly until you hear several clicks. Make sure to clean around the area first. If the warning persists, you'll need to replace it. Gas caps are inexpensive, usually between $15 and $30. For newer Fords with the Capless Easy Fuel system, here's what you need to do. Open your fuel door and look inside the fuel inlet. You'll see the spring-loaded door. Use the small plastic funnel that came with your Ford to push this door open. If you don't have it, you can use a gas pump nozzle. Once you have access to the door, spray some WD-40 or silicone lubricant around the rubber seal and on the door mechanism. Then, open and close that door repeatedly, about 10 to 15 times. This works the lubricant into the seal and removes any dirt or debris. You can also use a clean cloth to wipe down the seal. This often fixes the problem. If the problem comes back frequently, it's time to replace the entire capless fuel filler assembly. The part costs between $100 and $200 depending on your Ford model. Now, here's something important to know. When you see the Check Fuel Fill Inlet message, you'll also usually get a check engine light. If you scan it with an OBD2 scanner, you'll typically see codes like PE0456 for a small EVAP leak or PZ0457 for a loose fuel cap. To clear the message, first fix the actual problem. Then turn off your Ford, remove the key, and let it sit for a minute before restarting. You might need to drive for a few miles before the system resets itself. You can also use an OBD2 scanner to manually clear the trouble codes. This Check Fuel Fill Inlet message affects many Ford models including the F150, Escape, Explorer, Edge, Fusion, Focus, Expedition, Taurus, and Mustang. The bottom line is this. The Check Fuel Fill Inlet warning usually means your fuel system isn't sealing properly. For older Fords, check your gas cap first. For newer capless Fords with the Easy Fuel system, try the lubrication fix. Both solutions are quick and easy. If the simple fixes don't work and the problem keeps coming back, then it's time to replace either the gas cap or the fuel filler inlet assembly.